I finally found the secret to day trading. Finally, a way that can actually make you money and actually works. I had given up on day trading a long time ago and I've gone right back into it. Let me tell you exactly how you can do this too. So if you've seen my last video about day trading, you would see that I had pretty much given up on it and realized that it's just like gambling and it doesn't really work and it's not worth doing it. Even though I was following tips from this live stream on YouTube, it wasn't really working out for me. I found a way with minimum effort and maximum returns. To be clear, I'm talking about day trading actual stocks, not crypto or foreign exchange. So you see all these people on the internet showing off their Lamborghinis and mansions and telling you how they've made this all from day trading and foreign exchange. You just have to buy their course and join their group and send them your money. A lot of them end up just being scammers, or they just end up just to get like affiliate fees and stuff like that. The unfortunate reality is that day trading will generally not get you rich quickly, and it will likely not get you rich at all, but it can definitely add some more income to your life. For example, it could pay for like your food and coffee for the day. It could pretty much pay for like your daily expenses. You could look at it as like an additional stream of income. For it to make you rich, you would have to pretty much just be super lucky. I was never trying to get rich from day trading. I was always just trying to see it as an additional income source. But even then, it didn't work out for me. It didn't work out for me consistently. So as with everything, it turns out that for you to consistently make income from day trading, even an amount that's not going to make you rich, takes a lot of hard work. You need to spend a long time studying charts, how they work, learning from trial and error. But there are actual ways that you can study charts to the point that you can actually make consistent, successful day trades. And I'm not even talking about leveraged positions. I personally avoid leverage, and I think it adds a lot of unnecessary risk. So I'll tell you exactly how I make extra money from day trading, and it's up to you what you do next. And nothing in this video is financial advice, and it's for entertainment purposes only. So I'm just gonna get straight to the point. I'm basically part of a day trading group on Discord, and before you roll your eyes thinking that this is just another one of those videos, just hear me out. This group does not take your money or ask you for any personal details. It's just a bunch of people who have done the hard work of learning how to read charts, and they still do them on a daily basis to find good day trades every day. They do not spam you with like 20 different tickers. They are real people who I've spoken to and everything. They find the good plays. They're active in real time in the chat. They tell you when to put your stop losses, when to pull out, and what price to sell at. More often than not, their predictions turn out to be very accurate. And how it usually works is they usually trade like these small like biotech companies, random stocks that no one really knows those companies or anything like that. But because these are small cap stocks, they make big moves. And if you know the pain of being at the dump side of a pump and dump like I have, you might be thinking that who are these people who know when to buy and sell, and then I end up taking the loss in the dump. Now, while there are some people on like Twitter and on some other social medias who pretty much create the pump and dump, where they get like a big number of people to buy something till it pumps and then they sell and take their profit, and then whoever doesn't takes the dump. These people in this group somehow manage to just find a stock that's being pumped or a stock that's going crazy. So they are not manipulating the market or doing anything wrong. They're just finding it by checking like the volume and the chart patterns and stuff like that. That's too much effort for me anyway, so I don't really like bother with this. I just leave it to them and I just pretty much follow their trades. The people in this group are obviously humans, so they do make mistakes sometimes. So not every single trade will be right, but the point is that overall you will usually end up in profit, or I do usually end up in profit overall. So let's say if there's like 5 trades, 4 of them will be profitable and maybe 1 will flop. Now the usual thing people say when you talk about a group like this or anyone giving day trade tips or something like that is that if they're so good at day trading, why are they trying to charge other people to get their tips when they could just get rich from their own day trades? I'll tell you why. So because these are usually very small cap stocks, you usually have to day trade with small positions. So you can't take like $100,000 and day trade it in this, because you're just not going to get the fills. You're probably not going to be able to buy the shares, and you're probably not going to be able to get rid of them when you want to sell. So that's why you would usually trade with like a few hundred, a couple thousand, like max maybe. So for some portfolio sizes, this might not even be like a viable option. If your portfolio is in like the millions and stuff like that, to you it might not be worth doing day trades to get like a couple hundred here and there. But for most people with like small to medium sized portfolios, it's worth it. It might not be worth it if you're the one studying the charts and analyzing it and doing all that stuff, because then you're taking so much time to make like a couple $100. But then the people running the group who are putting in that time, they need some compensation for all the effort and time that they're putting in. So that's where taking payments from people joining the group comes in. So now they're getting paid for their time in reading the charts, and then you get to make profit easily without putting in too much effort. It's literally like having a friend who's a really good day trader and he just tells you what to do as well, and then you, even though you don't know anything, you still make money. Now what you do have to be prepared for is that when you first join a group like this, or you start following trading tips from someone else, or at least this happens with me, is that usually I'm still not accustomed to their way of giving the tips and how I should follow their tips, because following the tips also needs some kind of understanding to an extent. So the first few trades you might end up losing, not because the trade tips were wrong, but because you executed them incorrectly. So for example, if they say buy this stock at this price and it will reach this price, put your stop loss here and there, you might see it and then buy it too late and then not put a stop loss, lose, and then panic and sell and not follow like the whole plan, and then you will lose out, and the people in the group will still be like celebrating that, oh, we did well and it worked out, and you'll be thinking, why didn't it work out for me? Am I getting scammed? Is there something going on? The best way to do this is that when you join a group like this, I just observe, I just look at what they call and what happens. So I see, okay, this did actually work out. Step 2 is that I actually do the trade, but with like a very small amount. Let's say like $50 or something, for example, just to see what happens. Even if I make a couple dollars profit, it's okay. Like, I just want to see it actually work for me. And then step 3 is when I see it work out like a couple of times with this very small amount, I pick an amount that I'm comfortable with day trading. It might be a couple $100, it might be $50, it might be 1,000, it might be 2,000, but it wouldn't be like 10, 20, 50,000. And then that amount would be the one that I would put in every trade. And by the way, I don't do every single trade that they say, because sometimes I'm busy, sometimes I'm not in the right mood, sometimes I'm not looking at my phone enough, so I think I might mess up something. I just do the trades when I'm comfortable and I am in the right mindset to like follow instructions and see what's going on. You might still mess up some trades because of your own bad execution, but luckily it doesn't take long for you to get the hang of it and start following the trades and executing them correctly. I've done this for like a couple months so far. Overall, I've been profitable. Even though if you've seen my previous video, when I day traded by myself, overall I became unprofitable. When I day traded while following the YouTube live stream that I talked about, I ended up in the end being unprofitable, and that was in the space of around a month. It's been more than a month and I've been profitable overall. And what I've been doing is I've been taking out my profits from the day trades and putting them into my long-term stock, and I just stick to this amount for the day trades, because a lot of this also comes down to your own mindset. You need to control your own greed. Now luckily, because the group is new, you have the chance to join it for free and just observe what's going on and see the wins and losses and what goes well and what doesn't until they start charging for it. I don't know when they're gonna start charging for it, but right now it's free. Right now when I'm making this video, it's the 12th of November 2023 and it's free at the moment. When statistics say that like 97% of people lose their money in day trading or in leverage trading, first of all, stay away from leverage, okay? Don't do leverage positions. Even if it means that your profit will be small, just stay away from leverage. Because yes, a 1% gain will be a 10% gain, but a 1% loss will also be a 10% loss, or whatever leverage you're using. And as far as I know, the people running the group are not using leverage. So if you use leverage and you take like a big loss, they're gonna be like, we didn't tell you to do that. When they tell you that 97% of people lose their money in day trading, the kind of people running this group, you could say, are like from the 3% who don't. So if you just follow them, you have a much better chance of actually making money. And when you do exactly what they do, it also teaches you discipline, because they will place stop losses. Like sometimes I wouldn't want to place a stop loss out of greed, because I'd just be like, oh, I don't want to risk it going down and then going back up and then I miss out. But then after actually using stop losses more often, I realized that it's very important to use them, because it's much better to just cut your losses in these kind of day trades rather than wait and see what happens. You can wait and see what happens while it's above your stop loss, which is a measured risk. And the people running these groups usually measure their risk to reward ratio as well. Honestly, for me, this is the best method of day trading that I've found and tried, and has worked for me more than anything else. So I'm gonna leave a link to the Discord in my link tree and in the description. And feel free to join while it's free at the moment. You can just join and look, and everyone is really nice and friendly and no one's gonna do anything. When they start charging, then I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe you'll have to probably either pay or leave. But for now, it's free and you can just go there and just look at what's going on. Since my time joining the group, I've seen them call a stock that went up 400% after like 2 days maybe. And yes, they do hold some positions overnight, which is fairly safe because they're not using leveraged positions. But I'll be honest, going up 400% isn't the norm, but it's pretty normal to get like a 30% return or a 50% return or a 60% return on your day trading amount in the same day. So if you are trading like, let's say $1,000 a day, a 40% return is like $400 a day. Like, that's a nice amount of money. It's not gonna make you like a billionaire, but it's a nice amount of money. And it's enough of a return to cover like taxes and fees, depending on your broker and stuff like that. I've also got links to the brokerages that I use. And if you use my links, you might get like free shares or free money or something like that. And as sketchy as this video might seem, because traders online just have like a really bad reputation, you literally have nothing to lose. Like, it's literally free and you can just join it and no one can take anything from you. And if anyone asks you for anything that you're not happy with, you can just leave. But this is honestly the best way I've found to day trade. And that's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share with all your friends.